did you want to bring in a comment first?
I wanted to add kind of an interesting footnote. This gentleman on the screen is James Clerk Maxwell, who, as of course you knows, and a lot of other people know, is one of the founding fathers of physics. It's Maxwell who gave us the infamous Maxwell equations, which describe electromagnetic propagation of radiation through 3 dimensions of space and 1 of time. What most people are not aware of is that a couple, 3 years ago, we found some poetry that Maxwell wrote as he was pursuing the famous equations. And I've actually got a couple examples here because, of all things, we find that Maxwell was a multi-dimensional theorist. For instance, he said, "O wretched race of men, to space confined, what honor can ye pay to him whose mind to that which lies beyond hath penetrated? The symbols he hath formed shall sound his praise, and lead him on through unimagined ways to conquests new in worlds not yet created. First ye determinants in ordered row, and massive column ranged before him go, to form a phalanx for his safe protection. Yet powers of the nth roots of -1 around his head in ceaseless cycles run as unembodied spirits of direction." Here's the punchline. "And you, ye undevelopable scrolls, above the host wave your emblazoned rolls, ruled for the record of his bright inventions. Ye cubic surfaces, by 3s and 9s, draw round his camp your 27 lines, the seal of Solomon in 3 dimensions." In other words, this is the famous 27 lines in the general cubic surface, hyperdimensional equations over a century old, that in this classic poem to Arthur Cayley, who was a geometer of higher dimensions over 100 years ago, Maxwell finished, "March on, symbolic host, with steps sublime, up to the flaming bounds of space and time, there pause, until by Dickinson depicted, in 2 dimensions we the form may trace of him whose soul, too large for vulgar space, in n dimensions flourished unrestricted." Dimensions flourished unrestricted. This is a physicist who is the cornerstone of modern physics, and his work was suborned by Heaviside. And it was originally 20 equations written in quaternions, which is a 4-dimensional mathematical language that has been, shall we say, diminished